Please join me in Gashal. We often take things for granted and we don't realize what we have until it is gone. Nam Wami Dabutsu.
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 Nam Wami
Good morning, everyone. It's really nice to see all of you here this morning. I was a participant in the YAC program just last year. It's pretty crazy thinking that it's been a whole year already. This fall, I will be headed to Central California for my first year of college. Over the past few months, I have been cherishing all the time I have in Sacramento with my friends and especially my family. Just like every mom, my mom does a lot for me. She has supported every decision I've made and never pressured me to do anything I didn't want to do. She has been my alarm clock for the past 18 years, my chauffeur for the past 17, and my lifelong best friend. Every morning, I wake up to her voice yelling for me to get out of bed, get ready, and to not be late for school. Being late wasn't anything new. Getting up for zero period was such a task, so she woke me up multiple times knowing I was not a morning person. Right before I ran out the door, I was handed my lunch, which was a sandwich with the crust cut off, strawberries with stems cut off, just the way I liked it. While darting to my car, I would hear her voice reminding me of the things I had to do that day. If it wasn't for her, I would have forgotten piano lessons, doctor appointments, and everything in between. It became an everyday thing, so I never really noticed all she has done for me. When I was younger, she got up every time I woke up screaming in the middle of the night from a nightmare and wouldn't leave until I fell asleep. Now she waits at home late at night just to make sure I get home safely, even though I tell her not to wait up. She schedules all my appointments and picks up everything I need. I have started to realize that in less than 3 months, I'll have to schedule my own appointments, remember when they are, and go to them without her by my side. This week, I will be flying home from LA on my own, my first flight by myself. This helped me see that I have used my parents as a crutch, especially my mom. Soon I will no longer have that crutch. Not once have I thanked my mom for all she has done. The first time I ever extensively expressed my gratitude was last week on the way home from Costco after seeing a man act very rudely towards a woman who was a stranger to him. I explained how grateful I was for all the lessons she taught me, but I didn't mention how lucky I was to have a mom that went above and beyond, a mom who cut off the crust of my sandwiches every day. She knows me better than I know myself. That experience at Costco made me reflect a little more and realize that I have to be more mindful. Instead of taking it all for granted, I should have stopped and thanked her to realize how much I would be lost without her. There's this saying, you never know what you have until it's gone. We often take all the little things for granted until we lose them. I'm glad I was able to realize some of the small things that my mom has done for me before I leave for school, but I'm positive I will notice even more of those little things when I no longer have her to do them for me. From now on, I want to take life a little slower and stop once in a while to reflect on everything and be grateful for what I have and all the amazing people that are in my life. I encourage you to all do the same and be mindful and think of all the small things that you are lucky to have. Pause and reflect on all you are grateful for, even if it's just once a month. I believe if we take the time to reflect, we will live life with more gratitude. I hate the feeling when you realize what you no longer have and become upset when realizing you took it for granted and didn't appreciate it as much as you should have. I'm glad I finally realized that I really will miss all the small things that I didn't even notice. Going to college in the fall will be a huge change, and it will be hard not having my mom by my side 24/7 to guide me through it. Losing things are all part of life, though. Things change and life goes on, but we must cherish all that we often take for granted. Please join me in Gashal. Pause and reflect on what you are grateful for, especially the smaller things that we take for granted. Nam Wami Dabutsu.
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 Nam Wami Dabutsu.